Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy BB27, the SML reviewer, and welcome to another SML character reviews. So, this one's for Cody. Now, Cody is a main character on the channel. He's not like some side character. He's actually a part of the main trio of Junior, Joseph, and Cody, of course. He's one of the main people in that friend group, and he appears in almost all the videos. So he's also one of my favorites of all time. I'd say he's my top 3 favorites. I mean, of course, you guys know Junior is my favorite, but I wanted to focus a little more on the trio, so I wanted to cover Cody on this video. There's a lot you could say about Cody, but there's also not a lot you could say about Cody. So basically, we'll start off with the whole, like, who he is to the channel, so, like, who is Cody, right? So like I just said, he's part of the main trio. He's one of Junior's best friends, and he's also, like, nowadays he's like Timmy's boyfriend, but like nobody really knows Timmy, and I'll explain Timmy later, but yeah, he's just like the nerdy character who's gay, and he's, you know, one of Junior's best friends. That's pretty much all you really need to know about him if you don't know Cody. Now I'll kind of just get into like his little like evolution. So he started off in the summer school series as like really like super nerdy. He wasn't actually gay at this time. It wasn't until a few videos later in summer vacation when he found the Ken Barbie doll, then he became gay. But it was pretty much obvious that he was into dudes even in summer school if you actually watch the whole series. He's from way back in the day too. People may not realize this, but Cody was from 2014. That's pretty old considering like how far Logan has come now. And this is the same thing with like Junior and other characters. Rose is a little more modern. That was the last character reviews, if you guys didn't see that, but yeah. Cody's pretty old school. So, yeah, and pretty much since he found Ken, he's just been gay, and he's also the smartest character in the series. I would say he is easily the smartest character in the whole SML, like, franchise. Well, I mean, there's a couple that, like, rival him, but, like, it's not many, to be honest with you. So yeah, now I'll get into the pros and cons of, Cody. Alright, so now for Cody's pros and cons. So to start off with the pros, there's actually a lot more pros than there is cons. Cody is not a bad character at all. Some people may not like him. One thing I forgot to mention in my last section was actually how Cody is also he's the punching bag of SML. So think of like Meg Griffin. That's who Cody is to SML. Nobody gets abused as much as Cody. He takes the absolute worst in the series. But yeah, that's like a little side note. So anyways, for his pros, I think he's hilarious. Yeah, like, it's mainly because of his gay humor. That's kind of where most of his jokes come from. But one of the bigger pros for Cody is just how smart he is. He's able to kind of tolerate Junior and Joseph's bullshit and all this stupid stuff that they get themselves into. And he kind of gives them, like, good advice sometimes and tries to help them out. And he is a really good friend and person in general. Like, most of the time, you're never going to see Cody being an absolute dick or, like, really terrible person. Like, you know, Junior and Joseph, you're gonna see that, even though I love them too. You know, with them it's just a lot more common. Cody, it's like that's not really a thing. It's pretty rare to see Cody acting out like that. But he's a really good guy. He's a good friend. He's really smart, and I think just him as a character makes for some very interesting videos. I'd say that's one of the more like bigger pros too. A lot of the Cody-based videos are really funny. Some of them just focus more on his parents, Tyrone and Judith, which I might do a character review on them someday. But when they do focus mainly on Cody and his inventions, that shit's a banger. Like, it's always a guaranteed banger whenever it's focusing on, like, the inventions that Cody comes up with, because he's, like, super smart. He's kind of like a Stewie Griffin of SML, too, a little bit. It's very similar when you look at those two characters. But yeah, Cody's a great character. There's just so many positives about him. As for the cons, there's really not many. I think one of the biggest cons for Cody is that he's pretty predictable. Like, because he's gay and because that's such a big element of his character, and that's where like I'd say at least 60% of his whole humor comes from just him being gay and doing gay shit with Ken and Timmy nowadays, and even Junior. You know, it gets a little old sometimes. It gets a little bit stale. Like, even Junior had more variety in jokes. You know, Cody, it's like you kind of know what to expect. And I think sometimes they make the jokes a little too ridiculous. One of the more recent examples of this was Cody's hot dog restaurant. But the older days, you know, we had stuff like Cody's House, which was like really gay and like really weird. And there's a lot of stuff where, like, him shoving, like, pills up his butthole and, like, other stuff now, especially nowadays. Like, the whole Ken Barbie doll got stuck in his ass, and it's like, what the hell? It's, like, too much sometimes with the gay shit. So I'd say that's one of the bigger cons for Cody. Another one, I guess, would be sometimes he does things that are a little crazy, but he never does it. Like I said, he's a really good person. But there's, SML Short the Remote, where he literally froze time and did stuff to Junior and Joseph, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But besides that, that's like one of the only times he's ever been like a bad person. There's not too many cons with Cody, at least for me. You guys gotta remember, this is kind of biased. I know a lot of you guys be like, oh, he's annoying, he's a nerdy character, he's a wimp, all that shit. But I feel like he's a good person to where it doesn't bother me. Like, yeah. Anyways, yeah, so Cody's a bit of a loser. That's one of the things, too, I guess people don't like about him. It's similar to, like, Meg Griffin, which I already mentioned earlier, but, like, that, I guess that's one of the things people could hate about him, but for me, it doesn't bother me. Like, I think Cody's, like, funny, he's a good guy, he's a good friend, like, he's really smart, he does a lot of good shit on the show, so it's like, him being a loser, punching big, it doesn't really affect the videos that much for me. It's not, I feel bad for him. Here's the thing with Cody, you tend to feel bad for him more than you're mad at him. You're never really gonna be mad at Cody, you're mainly just gonna be like, wow, like, people treat him horrible, like, I feel so bad for this guy. Like, literally most of Cody videos, he's going through the worst shit. Like in the chip challenge, his whole like face was burnt or whatever, and like this other one, like the sunburnt video, or the one where like Cody's cavity, where they're just abusing the shit out of him the whole video. There's even another one similar to that where like they mess up his teeth or something. They mess up his face, and they keep throwing books at his face because they're trying to, like, cover it up. I think it's called The Cover Up. Yeah, that video, dude, it's horrible what they do to him in that video. They do the worst stuff to Cody, and it's really sad. I genuinely always feel bad for this guy. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say for cons. I guess we don't really need the other section. I already said what I loved about him. I love Cody. I don't have many negative things to say about him. There's slight things and flaws about his character, but I'd say overall he's a very good character. He's like a 9 out of 10 for me. He's one of the best ones, honestly, in the series. He's like up there with Junior and, like I said, Joseph. Even though Joseph, there's so much I could say about Joseph. But yeah, Cody is a great character, absolute great character. His flaws really aren't that strong, and he's almost a 10 for me. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about Cody, just as a character. And that's about it. Next character reviews, I'm not really sure right now. Probably Joseph. I want to get the main trio done before I start getting other characters. So yeah, that's about it. Like, subscribe, it's your boy Blader. Thank you guys for all the support recently. 313 subscribers is crazy. I remember when we were just at like 50 or like 60, and I was just banging out reviews, and it was just like kind of, content was a little bit repetitive at that time. I feel like we do a lot more variety now, but yeah. Anyways, I'm yapping, so that's about it. Peace out and stay lit. Subscribe.